I feel like Britney Spears way back circa 2000 something with my hair. I think I did it again. Hey guys, I'm Clarissa, and this is my transition journey. I am 33 years old, unfortunately, just turned 33. I currently live in the Philippines, which is a Christian country. My very first memory of doing anything girly was my cousin putting on red lipstick on me and me looking in the mirror and just thinking, oh wow, I'm fucking fierce. I felt beautiful. That was like the first memory I can remember of ever existing on Earth. And no, that was not the catalyst that turned me into, this person now. I mean, putting on lipstick on someone doesn't give you gender dysmorphia, let's be real. As early as like 4 years old, I just always knew that I was a girl. It's something that I cannot explain. It's just how I felt. I knew that I was a girl, and the difference between me and all of these other, people, teens, even adults that are coming out is that there was no social media back then. I was born in the 90s. So nobody influenced me. Like, there wasn't a lot of transgender people on TV as well. So there wasn't a lot of, trans representation or anything that could possibly influence me in any way, shape, or form. I just knew. I knew right then and there that I was a girl. I was having boy crushes. I've always just wanted to wear girl clothes. I used to steal my sister's clothes, her dresses. I would wear them all the time. And of course, my mom would get mad at me. I would put on a towel on my head and even ask my mom and my grandma to braid it. And I would just feel like a fucking princess, like I'm a Rapunzel or something. I've always liked wearing heels, can't really remember, but like I'm pretty sure I've tried on a pair or two. Well, actually, no, I do remember. There's this one time where I think there were these old platform white shoes that had like 2-inch heels that were gonna be thrown away. And I remember just kind of, it was so big for me, right? I was a kid, and these were like adult women's shoes. But I tried them on anyway, even though it was too big for my feet. And I just walked around, and I just loved that feeling. I think by the age of like 7 or earlier, maybe 6, 7, is when I start to kind of realize, oh, like, actually, I'm supposed to be a certain way because I was a boy. And so I had to act like a boy, right? And of course, the terms transgender, transitioning, all of this, I didn't know all of that back then, right? As a kid, you don't know all of these things. There wasn't a lot of bullying or anything, but I was at that age where I knew what gay meant. In my country, we call it bakla. And I knew that it was a derogatory term and that I didn't want people calling me that. I didn't want to be teased. And so I tried to act my sex, right? I tried to act like a boy with how I was born. Because, that's what society tells us. If you're born a boy, then you should be a boy. If you were born a girl, then you should be a girl. And that just wasn't the case for me. But I tried. During these, young ages, like not a lot of things actually happen. I just go to school. I mean, be paired with a girl with some dance thing, it's no big deal. But I did have a crush on one of my classmates who was a boy. But even then, even as a kid, I've always had, like, all of my friends were girls, and I've always been into playing with dolls, playing with, kitchen toys. Like we would pretend like we're cooking and like, I was the mommy or something. Shit like that. Come elementary school, I think 6th grade, I started receiving attention from girls. Yuck. I even had a girlfriend, but she kind of courted me. She was like always going to my classroom. She was sending me all of these letters. She was kind of obsessed with me, honestly. She even one time stalked me. She was incredibly jealous. Come high school, things got a little more, like, I guess, serious, just in general. So there were, a lot more teasing. And then I got more attention from girls, not just in my school, but even outside of school, even from older women. So this is when I really start to kind of struggle with my identity, because my feelings haven't changed, it never wavered. My feelings were still the same. I still felt like a woman, but like, I'm starting to grow up and, I'm entering my teenage years and, puberty, and things are just getting a little bit more serious. It was difficult because I acted straight from like freshman year until sophomore year. I guess I was trying to convince myself that I was a guy, but like, I think that was the first time I actually fell in love, who was, my classmate. I just fell madly in love. And I guess I just kind of realized that this isn't something that I can fight anymore. Like, that this is, not just a regular sickness that you can just cure with some medicine or therapy. For the first 2 years in high school, I was still trying to act straight. It was especially difficult because I acted straight at home as well. There was this girl who was madly in love with me. We've known each other since kindergarten, but we weren't that close. We have been classmates a few times, like in 4th grade, 5th grade, I think. And we both were really into anime. Our favorite anime at the time was Cardcaptor Sakura, so we really kind of bonded over that. And, me being confused and figuring out my identity, and she, her being just kind of infatuated with me. We were kind of exchanging love letters every day. And honestly, like, I knew that, I didn't really have the same feelings towards her, but like, I guess I was still like confused and fighting I was still struggling with my identity at the time. Like, I was just kind of going along with it. At one time, we were even in a relationship for a short time. But like, I eventually hurt her because, I just came out, and it was really embarrassing for her because like her classmates were teasing her that, oh, your boyfriend's gay and this and that. I was also embarrassed for her. Like, I was embarrassed for myself and also for her because, I didn't like that, her classmates were making fun of her because of what I did. And I really didn't like that. Yeah, it was a tricky situation, being 14 and dealing with all of these issues like hetero people would never go through. I mean, we all have our issues, but this is like a different kind of issue that is like unique and isolated to trans people. So in my junior year of high school is when I really started to let loose, like being myself. So I started wearing makeup. I was wearing heels every day at school. Thankfully, here in the Philippines, like, that was okay at the time. I was wearing heels. Like, it was like this high. So it was like a 3-inch heel that I borrowed from one of my classmates. And she was nice enough to let me wear it every day. So I would wear makeup and heels every day. And, in my high school, we're not allowed to grow our hair long. So what I would do is I would use this tiny clip and just kind of put my hair in a little tiny bun and just clip it like that, and then just put on my makeup. I would wear like the cheapest lip gloss that would be like 10 pesos, which is like 5 cents. And just use makeup that were hand-me-downs from my aunt and my cousins. And yeah, I just started to become myself, not physically, because I couldn't. I wasn't on hormones yet, but like just, in the way I'm able to talk, the way I interact with people, and the way I can express myself through like makeup and clothing. So in a way, things got better for me. I was able to act more freely. So like junior year, all throughout senior year, I have just been having a blast being myself and falling in love with these different boys. And I could not wait to graduate high school and finally grow my hair long, because my high school just didn't allow that. And so after graduating high school, I just went straight to work because the colleges that I got accepted from had the same rules. So I couldn't grow my hair long. And I just chose to be myself over college. I couldn't wait anymore. I couldn't wait another 4 or 5 years until I can be myself. I was just so, so, so excited. And at 17, I started transitioning and I never looked back. I am 33 now, which means I have been on hormones for... I am not good at math. I didn't go to college. Okay, that's 16 years, is it? Yeah, 16 years, yeah. So yeah, this is me. I'm Clarissa, and I'm a trans woman.